So the Green Bay Packers, they make an interesting signing. Okay. So they added another quarterback, which really isn't typical heading into training camp, having four quarterbacks on the roster. You've got Tyler Elgersma, the latest player to join the Green Bay Packers, who was a Canadian quarterback. He actually worked with Vrabel in the Senior Bowl. And so he had a chance to work kind of one on one with Elgersma. He played for the Golden Hawks in Canada, and now he has become the latest Green Bay Packer. Okay, so he won the Canadians' version of the Heisman last year, tried out for the Green Bay Packers rookie minicamp over the weekend. Now they're putting pen to paper. Let me know what you guys think about this signing. Okay, so this isn't an earth-shattering signing, but I think it's a steal. I really do. You look at undrafted free agents out there. Elgersma is one of those guys that is he going to push Malik Willis out of the backup role? Absolutely not. Malik Willis, that's his job. He proved it last year. I don't see that happening, but Elgersma could potentially push out Sean Clifford. Okay, so that's going to be an interesting watch this, this training camp and as the off season activities start beginning. I really like the signing. This dude's got he's essentially won the MVP, as you can see right here. He won the MVP of the 2024/5 season. This dude's got a lot of credentials under his belt, and I think the Green Bay Packers, Brian Gutekunst, has a nose for getting guys that are absolute steals. Brenton Cox Jr., one of those undrafted free agents that I think is one of those steals, and you look at guys throughout the, since Gutekunst has been there that he's picked up as, undrafted free agents that have come in and made an impact. This could be one of those players that you're going to have to watch out for. Again, you take a look at the depth chart there. Is Malik Willis going to lose his job? Absolutely not. But depending on how Elgersma looks, and there's some quarterback needs, you take a look at the New Orleans Saints, who might aggressively approach the Green Bay Packers to go and get a quarterback in Green Bay named Malik Willis, who I would hate to part ways with, but if you get the right draft capital for him, you can't help but to part ways with somebody if the price is right. What's that price tag? Gutekunst only knows that, and depending on how Elgersma looks or Clifford heading into training camp and mini camp and preseason and all that stuff, depending on who's going to be on the roster, they're certainly not going to carry four quarterbacks, let alone potentially even three. So it's going to be an interesting watch. Again, there's going to be a lot of needs out there. Pittsburgh Steelers, one of them, still that needs a quarterback. And then you look at Malik Willis, who's a very, very credible quarterback. You look at what he did just this last season for the Packers when he stepped in a major way. But Elgersma put together some impressive numbers in the Canadian League. He completed 73.5% of his passes for over 4,000 yards with 34 touchdowns, only 10 interceptions, while carrying the football 40 times for 223 yards with 6 touchdowns in his senior year. That's very impressive, and he produced an 11-win record there to add to that performance. So you look at the 4 years he's been with the Golden Hawks, Elgersma completed 70% of his passes, nearly 10,500 yards passing, 76 touchdowns, 28 interceptions, and that's in 39 games. And he rushed for 122 times for 572 yards, which is nearly 5 yards a carry. So he's an athletic quarterback. He's a mobile quarterback. He can bring a lot to the football field, more than just his arm, which he's got a really good arm. Matt LaFleur is really impressed with his arms, let alone the 18 touchdowns he had with his legs as well. So this Ontario native, 6'5", 227-pound quarterback is now coming into Lambeau Field. I think it's a very interesting signing, and I want you guys to let me know how you think about the signing. But I really like the move. Anytime that you're getting extra competitiveness on the football field, and you've got iron sharpens iron, and you got Malik Willis, you got Sean Clifford, you've got Elgersma, you've got Jordan Love, You've got a lot of competition there, and they're only going to push each other to get better. I think it was a home run signing for the Green Bay Packers heading into training camp and all that stuff. I think I couldn't be happier with the signing. Again, this is their Heisman Trophy winner of sorts for the Canadian League. He's won the MVP the last couple of years. This is a very good signing for the Packers. They only continue to get younger and better. I love it. I think it's a really good signing. Let me know your thoughts, and as always, go Pack Go.